10 of us left our work on Monday, and it feels so good. Up until Monday, I was the lead shipper, receiver, and forklift operator for a regional healthcare company. I supervised 5 people in my department. Unlike many industries, we never closed during COVID. We kept everyone throughout the pandemic, and nobody caught COVID thanks to our diligence, as well as having a COVID immunization clinic that came to us. While the office staff successfully negotiated raises to work from home, we started thinking. Our cost of living went up, gas became more expensive, and we still had to come in. So why weren't we getting a similar raise? The sales staff only had to come in once every 2 weeks for half a day. Why should they get a big raise when we still had to drive in every day? HR came in twice a week at best, and our accounts payable, receivable person hadn't been in the office for 2 years. The 10 of us, myself, my 5 staff members, and the 4 janitors who somehow fell under my supervision, decided to act. We brought our concerns to HR. We asked for simple things: a 15% raise per person, which was the average raise the office workers got. We also asked for 3 extra vacation days per person, since nobody in the crew took sick days. I requested a new forklift, as one of ours was dead and the other was on its last legs. We told HR that we were overworked, underpaid, and frustrated. That's not something you want to hear from the people who distribute your product or keep your facilities in top shape. HR dismissed our concerns. The representative wondered why I couldn't just use the barely functioning forklift. I brought up OSHA regulations, but they didn't seem to care. I mentioned that I personally arranged for the COVID vaccine clinics, and even though I showed them the paperwork, they acted like I was making it up. But when they said they didn't have the money, that's when things escalated. I looked the HR rep in the eye and said, "I'm a lead in the logistics department. I know exactly what's coming in, what you're paying for it, and what you're selling it for. I've seen the bills of lading and invoices." She stammered and said there was more to it than that, but had no real response. So we left the meeting, not a dollar richer, and even more frustrated. But I had a backup plan. An old high school friend of mine had recently been promoted to vice president of logistics at another company. When I told him about my issues, he said they were staffing a new warehouse. We discussed details, and within a week, he was able to offer the 10 of us jobs with everything we'd asked for, but been denied. 15% more pay, extra days off, and some fun perks, like an arcade machine in the lunchroom and free coffee. With contracts in hand, it was an easy sell. Everyone signed, and we drafted our 2-week notice letters to HR. I delivered them, and HR laughed at me, saying they wouldn't acknowledge the letters and accusing me of industrial espionage. I explained that the letters were signed, and as their superior, I accepted them. I wished them well. HR didn't like that. They thought I was bluffing. I left the office immediately. I told my crew, they didn't accept the letters, but that's not our problem. Just do your jobs until the last day. Don't talk to HR, and on your last day, empty your lockers. Fast forward to Monday. Nobody from my department shows up for work. They find the locker room empty, my office cleared out, and everyone's uniforms hanging neatly in place. 5 trucks are waiting to be loaded and offloaded, and several people are panicking. I don't care. I'm holding a BBQ at the park near my house, and everyone's invited, including HR. Remotely, of course. HR quickly calls me, asking why nobody is in, why nobody is working. I calmly explained that we had an agreement. After 2 weeks, we would be leaving. I put the call on speaker, and we all listened to HR frantically calling people in the office, asking if anyone knows how to drive a forklift, where the keys are, and how to turn off the dock door alarm. Someone also mentioned a sink overflowing, but that's not my problem anymore. Not.
Don't miss out. One browser is the must-have tool of 2024. Try it now.
HR said she had expected the problems to blow over because we worked really well together. I told her, yes, we work well together, but at a new place now. She said, money isn't everything. Things are always tight toward the end of the month, and it's easy to get frustrated. Eventually, she panicked and offered me basically everything we'd asked for, but we declined, and I politely told her to stick her head up her ass. I explained that this wasn't just about money. It was about respect and being treated as equals, something that HR and management didn't seem to grasp. To them, we were just blue-collar workers, but to me, we were a family, a fraternity. Working together through the pandemic made us more than just coworkers, and I don't mean the cringy "we're a family" line that companies throw around. We actually were one. Fast forward to today, I see all our jobs posted on a few job boards, offering the same rate of pay we had before we left. I've heard that the company owner is absolutely furious. He wants to fire HR for how they handled everything. At least 3 of the company's contracts have been canceled, and he's dealing with all sorts of other problems because of this. Now they're scrambling to hire and train 2 shippers, 1 receiver, 1 order picker, an experienced logistics team lead, and a bunch of janitors, all of them needing proper WWHMIS, dangerous goods, and forklift certifications. I'd like to say I didn't enjoy how this all played out, but I can't. Sorry. Oh, and how did the manager find out we quit? I sent a mass email 2 minutes before we were supposed to start on Monday morning. The email went to everyone in the company directory, vendors, customers, everyone, detailing the entire situation. That beer on Monday tasted so good, as did the ribs. Probably better than the humble pie HR had to eat, or the crow the manager ate.